He's gone. He can't even respond to my plan. Okay, we are going to get a piece of heart, I think. That's what we're going to do while he's gone. Don't tell him. He's definitely not still within earshot. He laughed, but he doesn't know any better. The key here is going to be to get this as quickly as possible, because it'll give us another heart. Then we continue speedrunning. If we beat the 6th dungeon, the 5th one doesn't really worry me, except for the fact that I'm not going to have an ice rod for all the ice enemies, but whatever. Live on the edge, baby. Henshin a go-go. I want you to remember, too, that because this is a speedrun, there's no time to kill these people. We could slaughter them, but there's no time. But I think the most convenient way to make sure that they know what's going on is for us to wear a sign that says speedrun around our neck. And that way when we pass them by, they won't be insulted. They'll just be like, oh, yeah, okay, I see, yeah. Yeah. I also, of course, forgot I didn't need the cape to get past this rock. I needed it inside the cave, but that doesn't matter. We didn't have the mana anyways. That's not the cape. Boing. Okay, I don't remember this. There we go, okay. Gotta trust your instincts. Poof! Again, being invisible doesn't mean that you can go through objects, but apparently in this case it does. Heart 16! I think that's gonna be all the hearts we get. Shaun said yay from the other room. Heart 16, and we promptly lost 6 of them. Good thing we got that extra heart, America! What I do know is the remaining pieces of heart, for the most part, I think there's one of them that I don't mind, but the rest of them are all kind of pains in the ass, and I don't care if we get them all. We don't need 100% this game. I can do that in my sleep. I hope that microwave works quickly, because we're about 2 seconds away from entering this dungeon, and we're not waiting for Shaun. Doot. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. How are you going to get past the first room of the ice dungeon without the fire rod? That's a hell of a question, person who asked the question. I'll show you when we get there. It's going to be a very mana-inefficient way of doing it, but you know what? That's just the life we got to live. This dude has no idea what awaits for him here. Let's, The magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. We'll see about that. I'll show you some magic flames.
I'm back!
Boom!
Okay, what did I miss?
I just used bombos to kill a guy that I really only needed the fire rod for, but I don't have it.
I really like ice-themed dungeons in almost every game.
This might be the very first one in a Zelda game.
That could be. I wouldn't be able to argue with you. I even like the one in Twilight Princess.
I mean, what games come before this? Just the first 2 from the NES, right?
Yes.
Ain't no ice there. All right, watch this trick.
Did you ever play the second one?
Oh, look at all these penguins. Bye. All right, let's go in this room. Hold on, I'll answer your question.
Okay.
Let's go in this room. Okay. Oh, all the enemies are here. Bye. These penguins don't even know.
So this is like Din's Fire, essentially.
Done. Pack it up. This is how we're going through this dungeon on a speed run. Good trade. All right, now we need to switch. I have played about half of Zelda 2 because I decided I needed to play it, and then I also decided I didn't like it.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not as bad as people give it like grief for, but I don't think it's good either.
What didn't you like about it? And I'll be back, so tell me in the other room.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of the side-scrolling nature of it, so it's kind of like, from the word go, I'm not that interested in it. The combat's okay, but a lot of it just involves just stabbing your sword forward. I don't know. I don't think it's aged all that well either, so trying to go back and play it in, say, 2011 wasn't that satisfying of an experience for me. That's the end of my answer. Now I have nothing left to say. Great question. Now I have nothing to say to the viewers. I'm just killing these Stalfos. He isn't here anymore. Everybody's a Stalfos, so he isn't coming back. That's an Ocarina of Time reference, kids. Wokey. All right, we should probably hit the switch, but we're not going to because we live dangerously. Nice.
I think I would play it on an emulator.
Yeah, that's the way to do it so you can save state.
Yep.
Blob, blob, blob.
What happens if you die in that game, though?
I don't remember. Didn't
Start
happen
all
to
over?
me. Oh, look, penguins. Nah, it's more fun to kill these with a hook shot. Unfortunately, I didn't kill that one coming over. I thought I had more space. I did not. Oh, should have bombosed. Should have bombosed. I ate the bone. Oh. So we need the key. This goes up to the thing we don't want to go to yet, if I remember correctly. Whoop. Okay, I had to come in here, I think, no matter what. Now we got to race against this tiles. Ow. Not a good trade. Not a good trade.
Uh-oh.
It's okay, now we'll have a second to stand here and think. No time, speed run. There's no time for reflection. Do not use all your magic power if you do not possess the medicine of magic. All right, so we're going to go this way. Got to get to the big key.
Is that what Star Wars sounds like?
Yes.
Damn.
Whee!
I would not have thought that.
Yeah, it's unexpected for him, but...
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
Ooh.
Bye.
There's so many tricks. I never use any of the stuff when I played through it.
See, that's why you gotta use the full complement of items in this game to really have fun with it. All right, so this is the key. And we can do this. But I actually think we want to go that way, if I remember correctly. So...
So, you know, like in Super Metroid, there's like, really for the most part, one optimal way to go through the whole game. Right? I mean, for the most part.
One optimal way, yeah, but there's a ton of ways to go through it. There's all sorts of sequence breaking in that game.
Oh, no. Optimal. I'm like, specifically for speedrun.
Ah. Well, that's pretty much the case with every speedrun, though.
Well, I was going to ask, is that the case with this, or is there so many different tools and things at your disposal that it can really change, like, two players who are competing in a speedrun?
I don't think there's any routes that change that much. And the thing about the speedrun community is they all essentially map out these routes, and whatever one becomes the most efficient becomes the one that virtually everybody does. The only exception is things that are based on skill. So if there's a particularly tricky glitch or sequence-breaking thing that has to happen and someone just doesn't have the manual dexterity to do it, they might look for what's called a safety strat.
Gotcha.
It's also called a safety strat if you'd like avoid damage by doing it too. Like if there's a chance you could die and you don't want to lose your run for it, sometimes you just take a different route or a different approach.
I could see a game if there were like 2 or 3 of those sequences where somebody would choose like 2 or 3 to do, and if they were successful, then they would just say screw it on the third one.
Excellent.
Then again, there might be some who just balls to the wall on all 3.
Yeah. That's also just a personality thing, you know? Some people do that with real life stuff.
Yeah.
The hell with safety. Either I'm going to make this or I'm going to die trying. And then they die trying. And they go, well.
I always love giving people advice to go crazy. I don't do it myself, but I like encouraging them to do it.
Why not, right?
A friend of mine is going to Vegas, and he's getting it paid for, like the hotel and food through his work, right?
Yeah.
So I told him what you should do. Oh, slow down.
Yeah. Bomb wasn't worth the slowdown.
Calculate how much money you're saving by the room, and you see where this is going.
Yeah.
By the room and the food. Calculate that out. Take it with you. Bet it all on black. Just one spin. Go
YOLO.
For it. He was like, that is maybe the worst advice I've ever gotten.
And he was right.
You gotta live sometimes. If you lose that money, you would have lost it anyway.
All right, here we have redemption against penguins.
Maybe the boss is a penguin.
I'm of the belief that you go to Vegas expecting to lose everything anyways, so in that spot, if you budget out a certain amount, why not?
Right?
If it's entertaining to you.
Like, in my head, though, I would think, I just lost $500, which I worked, like, you know,
I know, the problem is...
how many ever hours for?
Like, you can't think that way.
5 seconds.
Because going down that road is like, okay, 2 hours of work for me, or sorry, 2 weeks of work, like a full 2-week paycheck, is what it would take to take one part-time class for me to try and finish out here. And I'm going to do it at some point, but it feels so stupid. It's like I have to work 2 weeks just to get the right to go to class and do more work?
Yeah.
You start thinking about economics in that way, it doesn't work. Welcome to Blue Link with pink hair.
Oh, it's cute. Wait, why does he look different?
What a cutie. Because we got the blue mail. While you looked away and ate your fish.
Wow, I missed that.
You sure did. Okay.
He looks terrible.
I don't think we care about these switches anymore. Get out of here with that.
Why does the blue mail make him yellow?
That's his hat.
Why is his hat yellow?
Look, he didn't pick the design.
He
Ow.
was probably like... He was thinking he was going to get a really cool costume.
You know what?
Like Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2. And then this was what was in the box. And he's like, oh, man, face palm.
What's in the box?
This is what I have to wear.
This is the switch we were talking about here. Bye.
How do you get around that usually?
You have to go back up. You have to flip the switches a certain way so you can push a specific block down, because a couple of them, you can only push the block once it's downstairs.
That'd be so cool, like, to figure this out on your own, too, which you might have done. I don't know, but...
I mean, it was mostly my aunt and uncle. I don't know if I figured this one out or if it was from watching them play, but
yeah,
they were the ones who were really good at this game and played it all the time when I was a kid. I like how you can do everything in this room.
Yeah.
Just like smash and pull and kill. Only one thing really matters, and that's getting back here, but... Oh, come on. Speed run! Still, I think we set a pretty brisk pace for this dungeon. What do you think?
I think it's... Are we close? Oh, we're
I don't
done.
know. Are we? Oh no, his outer shell is so tough to break. Now this would work with several fire rod blasts. That's why Sahasrara warns you not to come down here without it. Or you can just use one bombos and say the hell with you.
Why would anybody, like...
Because you don't know about bombos, or you don't get it. It's optional. It's the one you don't need to get anywhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I feel like there was something like that in Ocarina of Time. It's the ice arrows. You don't need them for anything, but, like, you never really need it for anything at all. Maybe, like, a piece of heart? I don't know. Do you remember this at all?
Ice arrows? I don't know.
Because, like, there's one point you can make a path across water with it. I don't know if that actually ever gets you. Catch it!
Speed run! That was a good fit dungeon, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
I only messed up one thing. All right. That's 5 down. So we've gone 1, 2, 4, 6, 5.
Okay, what do we have left?
3, which we now have the blue mail and the tempered sword for. But it gets worse. It gets worse. We're going to destroy 3, and I'll show you how right after this woman talks.
Okay. I like it. That was like you set those to commercial.
I know.
Which actually is perfect because I have to go pee.
Oh. But you did that before we started.
I know. I'll tell you.
Okay, it's because Shaun's 50. By the way, by making fun of people who are 50 and have to pee a lot, I've just doomed myself. But you know what? My pancreas is going to shrink anyway, so who gives a shit? That's right. If you defeat Ganon, some stuff will happen. Yeah, thanks. That's tremendous insight. Look, it's okay. We have 17 hearts with the blue mail with the tempered sword. So we're ready for Dungeon 3 now, I think. I think we're finally ready to take on that stupid moth. I hope this teleport works and I don't go on top of a... It's not what I wanted. Oh, good! Oh, it worked. I don't know why that worked. Don't ask questions. All right. What's the closest Dark World? 7. Okay. Magic hammer. Boom. Going to the Dark World. We're going to make a little side trip. On our way to dungeon number 3. Because we need this, I think, just to be careful. You don't want to go into dungeon 3 unprepared. So I think it was important that we did all this first. And for those of you screaming and or crying at home right now, I understand your pain. I do. I'm kind of trying to figure out the timing on this, but I think it's just going to happen. All right. We'll just let it surprise Shaun. That'll be the most fun.